So another topic that's helpful to know is how to find remaining zeros if you're given at least one zero. Now notice the 1 0 I give you is imaginary. So there's actually a nice easy way to find your remaining zeros if you have one imaginary zero. So imaginary zeros always come in pairs, remember. So because I have negative 2i, that means I also have 2i as a zero. So I have two more zeros I need to find. Well, if negative 2i and positive 2i are a zero, that means for the positive 2i I'd have x minus 2i, and then for the negative 2i I'd have x plus 2i, right? So that would be how this would factor. If you distribute, you'd get x squared plus x 2i minus x 2i, I'll do that, and then minus 4i squared. Well, the middle terms will cancel, so you'll get x squared minus 4i squared is negative 1, so minus 4 times negative 1, which is just x squared plus 4. That's helpful to know because by knowing that, I can go ahead and do long division, so x squared plus 4, and just divide this whole thing. So 2x to the fourth plus 5x cubed plus 5x squared plus 20x minus 12. So I'm going to go ahead and just start dividing. So 2x to the fourth by x squared is 2x squared. Then I'm going to multiply 2x squared by x squared, so I get 2x to the fourth. 2x squared times 4 is 8x squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract all of that. So I end up with 5x cubed. 5 minus 8 is a negative 3x squared plus 20x minus 12. Then I get to do it again. So if I divide 5x cubed by x squared, I get a positive 5x. I'm going to multiply that. So 5x times x squared is 5x cubed. 5x times 4 is 20x. You'll notice things are going to start canceling. That's supposed to happen. So you end up with just negative 3x squared minus 12. And if I'd done it right, this next one should match up perfectly. So then I have negative 3x squared divided by x squared is negative 3. Negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And look at that. They match up perfectly, which means our remainder is 0. So we already have negative 2i and positive 2i. Let's find our last two zeros by factoring this right here. So the factors of 2 are just 2 and 1. And the only factors of 3 are 3 and 1, so I just got to pair it up correctly. So I know I want to do 2 times 3, because it'll give me 6. And then a negative 1 times x would give me a negative 1x, so that it will add up to 5. So our last two zeros, if I set these equal to 0, will be 1/2, because I added 1, then divide by 2. And then this one, x plus 3 equals 0, so x would be negative 3. So my last two zeros would be 1/2 and negative 3, and I have all four zeros. Let's see how that works when it's just a little more complicated. So this one we just are missing one more zero because we have 2 plus I and we have 2 minus I because they come in pairs. One's positive imaginary number and one's a negative imaginary number. So if that's the case, remember that means we had x minus 2 plus I. And that's actually for this second one because I'd have to distribute the negative in. And then the other one would be x minus 2 minus I, and that's actually for the first one. And what I mean by that is if I had done 2 plus I like this and distribute the negative in, you'd get negative 2 minus I. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start distributing like crazy. So we have x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. X times negative I is negative xi. I'm actually going to do this next one on the next line. So this will be negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. I'm going to put it right there. And then negative 2 times negative I is negative 2, or positive 2i. Because negative times a negative is positive. And then I'll do the next one. Let's do this in black. So we have I times x is positive xi. I times negative 2 is negative, oops, negative 2i. I just want to line up like terms. And then I times negative I is negative I squared. Let's simplify all that. So we'll have x squared come down. We've got negative 4x. Those cancel. Those cancel. We get a plus 4 right here coming straight down. And a minus, well, I squared is negative 1, so we're subtracting negative 1. So this is the same thing as x squared minus 4x plus 5. So we're going to go ahead and do our long division. There we go. So 2x cubed divided by x squared is 2x. 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x times negative 4x is negative 8x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. And I'm going to subtract all of this. So negative 13 minus a negative 8 would be a negative 5x squared. 30 minus 10 is 20x. I get negative 25. And negative 5x squared divided by x squared is negative 5. Negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times negative 4x is a positive 20x. Negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. And all those should have matched up so that when we subtract, we end up with a remainder of 0. So our last 0 is 2x minus 5. If we set that equal to 0, so 2x equals positive 5. If we add 5 to both sides, divide by 2, and you get your last 0 of 5 over 2.